The Gayborhood has been in the heart of Philadelphia's lesbian, gay, bi, and transgendered community for decades. Although safety has been less of a concern in recent years, an apparent hate crime that happened on September 18th inspired us to investigate the safety of everyone. We spoke to several members of the LGBT community, including Franny Price, who is the executive director of Philly Pride, the chair of the police LGBT liaison committee, and the owner of Spruce Street Video.
If you know the Gayborhood being Center City, it has three identities. During the early part of the day, it's business people, you're walking around with their lattes or running to and from work. In the evening, it's the club kids and some prostitutes. And then after the bars are closed, no, I wouldn't walk around after the bars are closed. It has a whole, I don't even know how to describe it. There was a time where I would walk any of these streets 24/7. And in the last couple of years now, it's really scary.
20 years ago, North 13th Street and even Northern 12th Street, it was really dark, it was dingy, all the businesses closed at 5. You really didn't walk north of Walnut Street. You didn't go on Chestnut Street at all after dark. There was like a town watch group that was organized at that time. And there was people that would sign up, and on a nightly basis, they'd rotate shifts back from 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, and walk around with billy clubs and flashlights and stuff like that, and wore vests so that everybody in the neighborhood knew that there was somebody out there watching out for them.
The people that were patrolling really didn't live in the area, because the people that, like I said, the students living here, they were in bed. So it was basically patrolling the people who were patronizing the clubs. And it wasn't like the typical town watch that you can go out at 7 at night and come in at 11. This had to start like 10, 11 at night, and you stayed out to 3 to 4 in the morning. And at first it was really strong, because every single bar would patrol. Every week or every other day somebody had a different bar. It was their turn to be out on the street. And then it just got to the point where, who are you protecting? So a lot of people didn't live here, and it got to be an effort. And then it started getting down and down and down till there was 2 16-year-olds that were patrolling the streets that was not safe.
On September 18th, a transgendered woman named Rachel was assaulted with a glass beer bottle that shattered upon impact with her face and neck. Days later, the bloodstains from this violent act still remain on the sidewalk. We spoke to Franny Price and others about this act and other acts of violence against the transgendered community.
I saw an ambulance and police cars in front of Knock. So my first thought was, well, I guess somebody passed out at Knock, or they fell down the steps of Petco. But when we got closer to the ambulance, we could see that somebody's head was all wrapped, looked like a white woman. There was blood everywhere. And so I went up, and the employee working who was on duty till 2, I said, John, what happened? He goes, we heard an ambulance, but I don't know. And so then I went outside, and the ambulance went by with the police car behind it with the lights on. So I went around the block in my car, and there was nobody I recognized. I asked, hey, what just happened?
What happens in the neighborhood, we deal with it in the neighborhood accordingly. It's not the best motto, but it's work. But a lot of problems happen down there because, one, it's dark down there. It's poorly lit down there. Most of the time you have cops up here who are trying to get everybody off of this strip where it's well lit, where everybody hangs out, and they neglect the 12th and Locust area, which opens it up to street fights between the transgenders and transsexuals, the crack addicts, the other drug addicted people. They all hang down there because the little alleyways, transsexuals pretty much go by their own code. Everybody down here goes by their own code. As transsexuals or transgendered or transvariant individuals, we consider them females because that's what they want to be considered. So as males or butch queens or masculine men, we don't get into their altercations, but down there it's a whole nother world. Anything can happen down there, but I can guarantee if an incident got that bad, something went wrong.
But for the most, from the statistics of police reports, the Gayborhood is probably the safest area in the city. I mean, gay people are not violent or destructive. if you're LGBT, you're welcome and you're safe here. And to me, this is home. You know, it's my home. It's my neighborhood. It's my Gayborhood.
And the focus of our focus on Philadelphia.